Hello, everyone. Today, you can see it's kind of an extreme title, but in my opinion, if you are a pantry prepper, you're not going to survive if there's a real severe emergency like an EMP, a grid down, something like that. SHTF. Why is that? Well, because no matter how many of these cans you have, as soon as you open the first one, even that long term storage stuff, it starts the countdown. Starts a countdown to the inevitable of you not having food. So I think a lot of people that have rooms like this, I used to be one of them, think that they can ride it out and it'll be fine. If the worst comes to worst and we have an EMP, a solar flare, a terrorist attack, something like that, and the grid doesn't come back on, or there's an economic collapse and you can't get resupply from somewhere outside of your house, you're not going to make it. And that's not me. That's, the government tells us if we even trust them anymore. But anyway, I think that if you're just preparing for hurricane season, short-term job loss, that kind of stuff, it's definitely a good idea to have a pantry like this that's full of store-bought stuff. But if you're paying attention to the news, what's happened in the past month in the news? We have World War III news, nuclear war news, invasion at the southern border. We have Obama coming out with that wacky movie on Netflix about the grid going down. We have who knows what happened with the AT&T phone system. Um, we have a disease X. We have the economy getting worse. We have all these things happening. So, in my opinion, it would probably be smart to have more than just a little canned goods pepper pantry. Wow, try saying that 10 times fast. So, what's the solution? The solution is the name of my channel. Create a homestead. Have this as insurance and daily stuff, and then have a way to resupply from your own property. If you unfortunately live in an apartment or you can't afford someplace, move, go somewhere else. Um, Find a way to do it. There will be a time when you won't be able to leave the big overgrown cities, New York, Chicago, these big places. You need to leave those places if you want to survive. What I think is just a matter of when, not if. At this point, I mean, what are we, over $30 trillion in debt? You think that's just going to last forever? It's not. So you don't need a lot of property. If you look it up on YouTube here, there is a man who used to, he's passed away since, but he lived in Pasadena, California, and he lived on I think a tenth of an acre or less. And in California, that's heavily regulated, they rose, they had chickens, goats, all their produce. They even sold produce. They had rain catch. They had biodiesel, all on a very, very small plot of land. So it can be done. Rabbits can be done in a room like very tiny, not a room, but it's the size of a room, and they don't take a lot of space. Chickens don't take a lot of space. You could do container gardening. You could do vertical gardening. There's all sorts of things you can do, but you better start doing it. And if, God forbid, you're still in one of those big cities, dude, sell your thing and move to the country. Like, if you have a place that's in a big city, it's probably worth a lot, or at least more than you could buy land for in rural areas. That's what I suggest you do, because if this is your plan, living in town, in the city, and just having a bunch of canned goods, like I said, you're just delaying the inevitable, or you're not really a serious prepper, and that's fine. But it seems to me that if you're gonna prepare, then you're gonna want to war game out the possible scenarios, and there's real possibilities for really bad stuff. And if you aren't going to prepare for it, then why even bother? Just go have fun with your life. But if you see the writing on the wall, like a lot of people, I have complete people who I would consider sheep or not awake, not at all. Even they're noticing, even though they're making weird comments like, "Oh, we better prepare because this is the year." And I've never talked to them about preparing before in my life, but it's just weird. So go do it. Go get yourself some land, get yourself something. Grow a fruit tree, for Christ's sake. I mean, I drive around the neighborhood in fall, and there's apple trees with apples falling off of them. The people don't even do anything with them. That's crazy. That is so that's so crazy. Two generation, even the yeah, probably my grandparents' generation, smack you upside the head if you had an apple tree that looked like that with free food on it. But anyway, yeah, pantry preppers are gonna die in a grid down situation. Sorry. See you later.